In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 NHL games happening on November 5th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Utah Mammoth versus Toronto Maple Leafs. The Utah Mammoth and Toronto Maple Leafs are set for a Wednesday night clash at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. The Maple Leafs enter this matchup riding the momentum of a remarkable comeback win against the Pittsburgh Penguins. After falling behind 3-0 in the third period, Toronto rallied with 4 unanswered goals to complete a thrilling 4-3 victory. Following that emotional win, the team took a rest day on Tuesday while Utah was on the ice in Buffalo. That extra day off gives Toronto a scheduling advantage, as Utah will be skating in the second game of a road back-to-back on Wednesday. Utah earned a hard-fought 2-1 victory against Buffalo on Tuesday night. Nick Schmaltz continued his strong form with a third-period goal, and Clayton Keller secured the win with an overtime strike. The Mammoth have started the 2025 season on solid footing, holding a 9-4-0 record, and they have shown a disciplined structure on both ends of the ice. Still, this meeting poses a challenge. Toronto is playing with confidence after its comeback win and has been dependable on home ice. Utah, meanwhile, will likely turn to backup goaltender Vitek Vanacek, as Karl Vejmelka took the crease on Tuesday. Vanacek has seen limited action this season, appearing in only 3 games, and faces a difficult task against Austin Matthews and Toronto's top offensive unit. The Mammoth have been a steady team overall, though their road results have not matched their home consistency. As our first pick for this matchup, the Toronto Maple Leafs money line is our full game side pick. Utah has relied on steady goaltending and a structured defensive approach, keeping opponents to an average of 2.7 goals per game. Toronto, with its well-known scoring talent, has struggled at times to finish chances and has seen its power play lose rhythm in recent outings. The Mammoth aim to slow the pace, close gaps through the neutral zone, and limit Toronto's rush opportunities. On the other side, the Maple Leafs defense has shown greater stability when playing at home. Utah's disciplined play often keeps its games tight, and Toronto's challenge will be breaking through that compact system. Considering these factors, this matchup shapes up as one where goals may come at a premium. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. St. Louis Blues versus Washington Capitals. The St. Louis Blues, holding a record of 4 wins, 7 losses, and 2 overtime losses for 10 points, sit 8th in the Central Division and aim to secure a second straight victory on Wednesday. They visit the Washington Capitals, who are determined to stop a 4-game losing streak on home ice. Washington's scoring has been limited this season, but its defensive strength has kept them competitive. Goaltender Logan Thompson has been outstanding, posting a goals against average of 1.51 and a save percentage of .935. Aside from allowing 3 goals to the New York Islanders on Halloween, Thompson had given up only 1 goal or fewer in each of the 4 games before that. The Capitals average just 2.6 goals per game, but they face a St. Louis defense that has been the league's weakest, allowing 4.2 goals per game. Before their win on Monday, the Blues dropped 7 consecutive games. Extending back to last season, St. Louis has lost 12 of its last 18 matchups against teams from the Eastern Conference. The Capitals, meanwhile, have taken 4 of their last 5 contests played in November, suggesting a stronger form this month. Washington's edge in goal is clear, and the home crowd will add further momentum. Still, the Capitals' recent scoring struggles make any early confidence in the spread premature. It helps that the team no longer relies solely on Ovechkin to carry the offense, which provides some reassurance. St. Louis has found the net only 2 or 3 times in each of its last 5 games, and facing Washington's disciplined defense, that trend may continue. If Binnington's early season issues persist, Washington's chances to pull ahead improve as the game develops. As our first pick for this matchup, the Washington Capitals money line is our full game side pick. Although St. Louis leads the league in goals allowed at 4.2 per game, Washington's offensive production has been modest, with an average of 2.6 goals per game. The total has stayed under in 12 of Washington's last 18 games and in 11 of the last 14 at home. Washington's scoring should outpace St. Louis, but Thompson's steady play, with his 1.51 goals against average, is likely to limit the Blues to a single goal or fewer. Expectations rest on Thompson starting, as his form to begin the season mirrors his strong performance last year. Binnington is also capable of improving, and both defenses rank within the league's top 7 in limiting shots on goal. The total of 6 goals provides a buffer, since a 6-goal finish would result in a push. A 7-goal total seems unlikely given both teams' recent trends. Washington has gone 6 wins, 4 losses, and 2 pushes to the under this season and has scored 1 goal or fewer in 3 or 4 recent games. St. Louis has not scored more than 3 goals in any of its last 5 games. As our first pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Columbus Blue Jackets versus Calgary Flames. In a non-conference matchup north of the border on Wednesday night, the Calgary Flames welcome the Columbus Blue Jackets to the Scotiabank Saddledome. Finding the back of the net has been a major issue for Calgary through the early part of 2025. The Flames rank last in the NHL, averaging just 2.14 goals per game across 14 contests to open the season. No player on the roster is producing at a point-per-game pace, with Nazem Kadri leading the way at 10 points, made up of 3 goals and 7 assists. The power play has been another weak spot, converting on only 13.5% of opportunities, which places Calgary 29th in the league. With a record of 3 wins, 9 losses, and 2 overtime losses, the Flames sit at the bottom of the Western Conference standings. 2 of those 3 wins came by only 1 goal, showing how narrow their victories have been. Altogether, this has been a difficult team to depend on through the first stretch of the campaign. Columbus enters this game with a record of 7 wins, 5 losses, and no overtime losses. The Blue Jackets dropped their last outing to the New York Islanders by a score of 3-2, but they had strung together 4 consecutive wins before that defeat on Sunday. This group has shown steady improvement and is playing with a sense of rhythm that has been missing in Calgary. The penalty kill has been the team's most notable flaw, yet facing a Flames club that has struggled to score or capitalize on the power play, that weakness may not be heavily exposed. Calgary's ongoing offensive problems have carried over from last season, when they relied more on goaltending to stay competitive. That safety net has not held up as often this year. The team continues to lose ground, often finding new ways to fall short despite effort and structure. In contrast, Columbus appears more cohesive and confident in its current form. As our first pick for this matchup, the Columbus Blue Jackets money line is our full game side pick. The Flames hold the league's lowest scoring rate, and even in their most recent win, they managed only 2 goals. Struggles on both offense and defense have persisted, with few signs of consistency at either end of the ice. Their attack lacks punch, and that will make it hard to create sustained pressure against a Columbus team that moves the puck well. The Blue Jackets possess a capable offense, though their most recent performance saw them limited to 2 goals. They should generate more chances this time, but not by a wide margin. When that limited production meets Calgary's scoring drought, the result points toward a slower-paced game. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Blackhawks versus Vancouver Canucks. The Chicago Blackhawks continue their road trip on Wednesday night with a visit to Rogers Arena, where the Vancouver Canucks aim to extend their dominance in this series. Vancouver has won 11 straight meetings between the two clubs, a streak that dates back to November 21st, 2021. That last Chicago victory came in a tight 1-0 contest on the road, when Marc-Andre Fleury outperformed Thatcher Demko in a defensive duel between the pipes. The Blackhawks enter this matchup in search of momentum, having gone 0 wins, 2 losses, and 1 overtime loss through the first 3 games of their current trip. This will be the 4th stop in a 6-game stretch away from home, a sequence that has not gone their way. They have been outscored 12-6 during the trip, including a 3-1 loss to Seattle on Monday night. The road struggles have been consistent, with the offense averaging just 2 goals per game across this span. Vancouver, on the other hand, earned a 3-2 shootout victory when the two teams met in Chicago on October 17th, a game in which Kevin Lankinen outdueled Spencer Knight. For this upcoming matchup, Demko is expected to start for Vancouver, while Knight is likely to get the nod for Chicago. Across the 11-game win streak against the Blackhawks, Vancouver has outscored them by a combined margin of 44-18. This offensive edge edge, paired with recent form, sets up a strong case for the home side. The Canucks have built a rhythm in close games, earning overtime wins in 3 of their last 5 outings, and that steady composure often carries over into matchups like this one. The Blackhawks, meanwhile, continue to search for offensive stability, especially on the road. As our first pick for this matchup, the Vancouver Canucks money line is our full game side pick. Defensively, both teams have the ability to tighten play and keep scoring limited. The Blackhawks, allowing only 2.85 goals per game, rely heavily on the blue line pairing of Wyatt Kaiser and Louis Crevier to break up passes and force turnovers in the defensive zone. Their ability to contain rushes helps goaltender Spencer Knight face manageable shots, which could prove key against Vancouver's fast-paced attack. For Vancouver, defenseman Marcus Pettersson and Filip Hronek will look to set the tone by cutting off Chicago's offensive entries through the neutral zone. Their active sticks and positioning have limited second-chance opportunities for opponents, keeping Demko well protected in goal. The Canucks' system emphasizes discipline and puck control, which often frustrates opposing forwards and limits shooting lanes. Both teams possess defensive cores capable of dictating tempo, and the goaltending matchup further supports a controlled game. With both sides emphasizing structure and protecting their crease, the expectation leans toward a low-scoring outcome. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. San Jose Sharks versus Seattle Kraken. San Jose heads to Seattle with a little momentum and a small edge in rest, and that matters in a building where margin is usually thin. Recent form says tight. San Jose's last 5 include 3 wins and 2 one-goal games, while Seattle owns 4 overtime results already, a profile that leans toward close finishes rather than blowouts. San Jose's power play sits in a workable range, and Seattle's penalty kill rate is lagging, which adds a safety valve for the visitors in a grindy game. Availability also tilts toward a conservative expectation. San Jose lists William Eklund out and Ty Dellandrea as day-to-day, but the core remains intact, and the club has been leaning on a disciplined, lower shot approach that suppresses track meets. Put it together, and the setup favors a competitive road effort that stays within a goal. As our first pick for this matchup, the San Jose Sharks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Totals-wise, the ingredients point to a slower scoreboard. Seattle is winning with defense and goaltending more than volume, sitting under 3 goals per game with low shot counts, and San Jose's own 5-game run has skewed toward tight numbers, including multiple 3-2 decisions. The posted total is 6.5, and the market leans to the under. Factor in Seattle's strong home goals against, San Jose's modest shot pace, and an injury list that removes some finishing punch on the Sharks' side, and this shapes up as more whistle and wall than wide-open rushes. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.